And Jenkins takes a rueful look towards the board. He knows he had a chance for 2-0 there, Rod.
Yeah, and it's so important early on in the game to get a breaker throw. If you can do that, you get in front of a player, and then, you know, you get inside his head. But what I'd like to see from John Park is that fight and determination, like when he plays against Phil Taylor. He always plays well against Phil Taylor. I mean, although Phil Taylor played 112 average last week, Park had 104. You could see him smiling. You know, that's what I want to see him do every time he's on that stage.
If you've just joined us tonight here in Belfast, let me confirm that Phil Taylor, James Wade and Raymond van Barneveld are on their way to Cardiff for the Premier League playoffs at the end of May. But who will join them? Terry Jenkins is in contention, but he needs to win this game. He has to. It's as simple as that. He's on 9 points in the Premier League, 2 behind Lewis, 42. Manley and Mardle. And it is going to go down to the wire in Newcastle next week.
Yeah, and Jenkins could do with a good win. Around an 8-4, he would be over the moon with. I think that would take him into 4th place.
100.
You see John Park's release. You can see the dart goes through the air knives really smoothly. There's no dips and highs to his dart. Got a good release, John Park.
59.
Yeah, Park looks very relaxed, very calm, almost resigned to the situation that he's unlikely to get to Cardiff. And playing reasonably well so far.
85.
That was a wild one from Park. You could see his face going, I shouldn't throw a heavy 5 like that. And same with Jenkins. Jenkins' throw is just not as fluent as it was last year. He seems to be pushing the dart. You can see the head shuddering as he's release, and that's causing the dart to go to the left. And of course, you can see how many 5s he's hitting because of it.
Well, Terry Jenkins had a good debut campaign last year, got to the playoffs, of course, as he emerged on the big stage last year. Terry Jenkins.
100.
Now he's fighting all the way to try and get there to the final 4. But Part stepping up here. 16. Ball now for the world champion. Every leg he's had a shot at the bull.
26.
It's a mile off. And now Jenkins with the throw for 2-1. Needs 50. Double 15. Now he'll go for fat 7, which he gets,
42.
but Part has another chance, which perhaps he thought he wouldn't get here, Rod.
Yeah, absolutely. Thought that Jenkins would take it out at 44. Was double 16 for a breaker throw, an important leg here for John Park. Just inside that, look a big target, as you can see. Good camera angle. You can see that that first dart actually opened up the double for him.
And he's broken the throw. How much of a blow is that to Terry Jenkins? Because he knows the enormity of the task tonight and the importance of the game in the context of the whole Premier League campaign. But he's up against the world champion. Even though he's bottom of the league, John Park, you cannot underestimate him. Remember, we've got 8 of the best players in the world, week in and week out, doing battle here in the Premier League.
Yeah, that last leg when Jenkins went for a big 10 and hit double 10, you know, it's a proof that he's not happy with his game. You know, he's not as fluent as he used to be, and he's got to get that back, not only for the Premier League, which we're coming to the end of, but for the rest of the year. You know, we've got a lot of TV tournaments coming up, the UK Open finals, the match play, the Grand Prix, and then leading into the World Championships. You know, you've got to get your form going for them. Lots of money to be had for these players now.
And by the same token, Rod, you've got to maintain a high standard of performance throughout the year. 52 weeks of the year, it's relentless. The schedule is demanding, not just on TV,
40.
but on weekends, Glasgow, elsewhere, Glasgow last weekend, of course, places like Telford recently. You know, it really is a demanding schedule for these guys, even when they're off the TV screens. They're here, there and everywhere.
Yeah, the PDPA Pro Tour, worth a lot of money nowadays, going up to 30 grand next year each tournament.
160.
As John Part throws a high dart there, but Terry Jenkins under pressure here to go. He wants 60. No, he needed 60 for the bullseye. Big pressure here. John Part could go 3-1 up and take really big command in this
63.
game.
John, you require 20.
Double 10.
Game
Middle of the bed,
fourth
John
leg.
Part, 3-1 up. And
Fifth
Terry
leg,
Jenkins is up against it
Roper.
here in Belfast.
Game on.
His Premier League hopes depend on this match.
122.
He needs a victory. Bear in mind that if Part wins this, he will go level on points with the bowl, with an inferior leg difference.
59.
Next week, Barneveld awaits this man.
Next week. The crucial match for me, Lewis against Mardle. I think it'll be just a straight knockout. One of them two will take that fourth place for Cardiff at the end of May. As John Part builds it up. He's starting to get command in this game now, Nige. You know, his scoring is more consistent. He isn't missing big numbers. Terry Jenkins is forcing the dart. He's going to force the dart under that first one. And you can see by trying to do that,
26.
he's offline.
Well astray, Jenks. He's not happy at all, is he? Part with a 50% success rate at the double. Jenks has only got 1 out of 7, and that is a 14% success rate at the doubles.
168.
Well, good counting there from John Part. If only hit an 18, it would have left 170. Jenkins now needs another treble. That's not
99.
enough. John Part will
134.
probably feel that if he doesn't take it out, as long as he sets it up, put the pressure on Terry Jenkins, and if Part takes this, it would kill Jenkins off for sure.
84.
Well, he's at double 5 there. He was going for 20 to leave tops, but he'll still fancy his chances if he gets another visit to the board. Treble 18. That's what he was going for there, Jenks, to leave tops, but John Part steps up now,
41.
looking for a 4-1 lead, and to break the throw again. 18, double 16. So far, so good. Now double 8 for 4-1. Oh, how close was that? And now Jenkins has to get this, Rod.
Yeah, could be a turning point in this game if he can take this out. He wants double 8 for 3-2. Needs it. Now that's a bad dart. He's going to have to move to the left, go for the top of that double, as you can see there.
57.
I mean, they weren't even really close.
1 out of 9 at the double for Jenks. Part, double 4. 2. And John Part punishes Terry Jenkins.